All right, to keep it fair in this experiment, we're gonna be using a spoonful of hot chocolate powder for every cup. We'll put a spoonful here, and a spoonful here. We'll also be timing the experiment to see how long it takes for each cup to dissolve. All right, I'm gonna start the timer for the cold one, and then we're going to put the spoonful of hot chocolate in. Ready, set, go. All right, let's see what happens here, how long it takes. Gonna get a little bit closer. As you can see, the water is changing, but the cup is still very clumpy. We're at 20 seconds stirring. The water has changed a little bit. Still, you can see a lot of those clumps, and it's right on the surface there. All right, we're at 46 seconds, almost a full minute, and this is what it looks like still. All right, we're gonna stop it there. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. And that's what it looks like after a minute of it being mixed and dissolved in. Pause the video here and make sure you record your data for the cold temperature. It took 1 minute and 5 seconds, so you would write 05 in the box, to dissolve the hot chocolate. Make sure you record that in the experiment data box. Pause the video to type that in now, and then continue when you've recorded the data. Okay, now that we've done the cold one, it's time to test the room temperature one. Here we go. Will this one dissolve the fastest of hot water, room temperature, and cold water? Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna start the clock and start stirring now. Whoa, this is working a lot faster than that cold one did. That's for sure. It's looking pretty similar to the cold one. But definitely the color has gotten a lot browner faster. It's only 25 seconds, and this is what the cup looks like. It definitely looks more dissolved than the ice cube one. All right, I think that's about as good as we're gonna get here. Let's take a look. Yep, that looks a lot better than my ice cube one, and it's only 56 seconds. So now it is time that we stop and record our data in the chart. So the temperature that we just tested was room temperature. This is where you are on the chart, and the time it took to dissolve the room temperature was 56 seconds. So you're going to type the 0 in the first box and then 56 in the second one. Okay. Now it's time to go and test our hot water and see what effect that'll have on dissolving the hot chocolate. Okay, we've tested cold water and room temperature water. It's time to test the hot water with the hot chocolate powder and see which one will dissolve the fastest. Okay, I'm going to put it in now. On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Oh, did you guys see that? See those bubbles as soon as it entered? And look at the top of it. It's already looking like the room temperature one was, and it's only been 12 seconds. All right, it's pretty much dissolved here now. So I'm gonna stop stirring, and I'm gonna press stop on the stopwatch. It's time to enter the last data in the charts for the hot water. So this is where hot water is on our chart here, and the time it took to dissolve was 26 seconds. So 0 in the first part, and then in the second text box you type 26. Wow, look at what a difference that is. Really interesting. So now we are going to talk about which one was the fastest. Take a look at this chart and I think you'll be able to see that hot dissolved the fastest. Hot water dissolved the fastest. So now that we have finished the experiment and we finished testing, let's take a closer look at our data of how fast and how slowly the temperatures dissolved. The first cold temperature moved so slowly, it took over a minute and 5 seconds to fully dissolve. And to be honest, it wasn't fully dissolved by the end of that time. Look, there's still clumps. You can still see tons of clumps all around this cup. It really took so long and it was so slow to dissolve in cold water. Then we tested room temperature, and room temperature took 56 seconds, which is a little bit better than the cold temperature, but not by much. If cold water is like turtle speed, then room temperature is walking speed. And finally, we tested hot water. And hot water took only 26 seconds, which is so much better than either room temperature or cold temperature. It was definitely the fastest time. The hot water dissolved the hot chocolate the fastest. So now it's your job to answer the conclusion questions. When you mixed hot chocolate with different temperatures, blank water dissolved the hot chocolate powder the fastest. Is it the cold water dissolved it the fastest, room temperature dissolved it the fastest, or hot water? Click in the box and then drag up what you think dissolved the water the fastest. And we have answers over here. So go back in the slides and look to see, go look at your data that you entered to see which one was the fastest. When you've dragged those boxes up, now you need to rank the temperatures that dissolved hot chocolate powder the fastest. Which one dissolved it the fastest? Move it up to box 1. Which one dissolved it, kind of fast? It was number 2. And finally, number 3, which temperature dissolved the hot chocolate powder the slowest? Drag the temperatures up into the box to rank them by fastest to slowest dissolving speed. Give that a try now.